like, well, just as long as I get there safe, like, I really don't care. Like,
well, that's what submission is. That's what submission is that you.
Down that I think everybody is at some point deserving to receive love and to be even into marriage if they do aspire for marriage.
I believe that society shapes how we view things and how we look at things in our life.
Make your own bed. That's basically what Kevin Samuels is saying. His delivery is what people kind of throws people off. But basically,
aggressive or like violent, like where I think toxic masculinity is
no offense to men, that they also get this idea that, you know, women are just going to take care of them and everything is going to be like easy.
A domestic violence shelter, and he brought her up to be, you know, a $25,000.
Hell yeah, you need to judge in dating. It is what it is. You know, you can't not judge people just because you feel bad about it. Like, you need to know.
As much as I love my daughter, there are some harsh realities and some things that her mother and I teach her in order to help her to understand. And
like, I'm sure everyone knows a woman that, you know, had sex for days. All the
What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to CKQ Podcast again. I am your host, Clement, and it's been a while, but, you know, we're finally back here. Happy to see everyone. Do me a favor if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button to this channel for more content like this. And we're going to go ahead with our usual introductions. We got Chris.
I was trying to hurry up and chew my mint. I had a mint in my mouth. I had to like hurry up and swallow it. Hi everyone, I'm Chris. I have a channel called The Blooming Ebony. You can also find me on Instagram, where I've been a bit more active. And I make content on femininity. And I'm currently working on a blog where I'm going to have study guides for other women to learn more about femininity, and also start uploading some vlogs where we'll be talking about biblical womanhood and all the things that relate to that kind of stuff. So if you're interested, go ahead and subscribe to my channel or follow me on Instagram. I would love to have you join the family and enjoy the show.
Whoa. We got Ali.
Hey, how's everyone doing? My name is Ali from After Five, the podcast with Fable and Drew, who's obviously not here with me tonight, so I'm holding it down solo. And we run a podcast. We call it After Five, the Happy Hour. So basically, we have conversations about business. It can range from a variety of things. It's kind of the conversation you would have if you were just sitting down with a happy hour talking to a stranger, getting a drink or whatever. So check us out on YouTube at After the Number 5 IVEDA podcast. After Five the podcast, and you can check us out on Instagram or TikTok at After Five, Ali After Five.
And we'll be dropping his link in the chat really soon. But we're moving on to Danielle.
Hi, my name is Danielle. You can find me on Instagram at Fly Nurse Mom Wife, and here on YouTube on Clement's channel. It's nice to see you guys.
Nice to see you too. We got the doctor.
Hey everybody. You can find me right here on CKQ Podcast. I barely ever post. I will be doing a new channel focusing on psychology, but I hadn't started working on that. And I miss y'all, and it's good to see y'all. We took a little hiatus, and I'm ready to argue with somebody.
Stop the cap.
And last but not least, we have the best moderator in all of YouTube. Unique.
Hey everybody, Neek is the night of Three Married Ladies Opinions. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on SoundCloud, on Spotify. You can find us on Instagram. And August.
Oh, you muted yourself, Unique. Oh. I'm going to assume something happened. And I'll wait for you to come back at some point. But until then, shout out to everyone in the chat. Oh, there you go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Everything okay?
Where did I stop at?
You stopped. I'm going to say you stopped at Three Married Ladies Opinions.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Three Married Ladies Opinions will be back August 25th. Just One Married Ladies Opinions will be back on Instagram at 10 p.m. Check us out there. Thank you.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally back. Shout out to everyone in the chat, to Madre, Simon, Red Lipstick Vibes. Thank you all for being here. And we have a great show set for you guys today. So, first, we will start with our first reaction video, guys. Okay? So, brace yourselves. The world's getting crazy. So, we're going to start with this nice, easy one. Do me a favor and mute your mics. Fair use.
Before, I want to visit with you, Ms. Mansky, but before I do, I just want to clear one thing up. Professor Bridges, you said several times, you've used a phrase, I want to make sure I understand what you mean by it. You've referred to people with a capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy. There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary people who are capable of pregnancy.
So this isn't really a women's rights issue.
We can recognize that this impacts women while also recognizing that it impacts other groups. Those things are not mutually exclusive, Senator Hawley.
We're going to finish that, but real quick, I just want to get a quick reaction. What's everyone feeling about that so far?
What type of craziness is that? I don't know. That was crazy. That was.
You're muted, Ali.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. I'm old school. You know, everybody got the right to do what they want to do. I'm not about suppressing anyone's right, but I mean, you know, today you got to get the right pronoun, and everything offends everybody. I mean, you just can't win for losing. I mean, I don't know about that one.
By the way, just for context, she's a professor. She's a professor at, I think, like Harvard or like one of those Ivy Leagues. Yeah, she's a professor. Yes.
I'm shocked that you're shocked. Dr. John. Man, I would expect her to be a professor. Like, I was wondering the other day, I was like, when I have a daughter, if I have a daughter someday, would I send her to university? And I was like, I don't think I would send her to a university, like, away. Like, she would have to come home every day. So it had to be somewhere close. It would have to be, she would have to be taking classes in something that actually makes sense. Like accounting, engineering, education. But I don't trust university camps. They're just getting more and more and more liberal. And like when I was going to school, which was only 6 years ago, it was pretty bad. So I can imagine like how much it's progressed since then. I just don't trust it.
Danielle, I saw your face a little bit. What you thinking?
I'm thinking, who do I want to be today?
Choose violence.
No, see, if you haven't noticed, I'm trying to just guzzle my cold beverage down and take a lot of deep breaths. Yeah, so in Islam, when you're angry, you drink cold water or something, you know, because it cools the fire that's building in you.
Interesting. Okay.
It also tells you if you're sitting to stand, or if you're standing to sit, or if you're sitting to lay. Like, you're supposed to just change yourself to get yourself out of that situation. So right now I'm just trying to, compose myself because I don't want to always come on here all aggressive,
True. Fair enough. So we'll finish the video, and I'm hoping it doesn't make you more aggressive.
Okay.
Okay. So keep watching. Fair use.
Oh no.
Oh, so your view is that the core of this right then is about what?
So I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic, and it opens up trans people to violence by not recognizing them.
Wow, you're saying that I'm opening up people to violence by asking whether or not women are the folks who can have pregnancies?
So I want to note that 1 out of 5 transgender persons have attempted suicide. So I think it's important
because of my line of questioning? So we can't talk about it?
Because denying that trans people exist and pretending not to know that they exist.
I'm denying that trans people exist by asking you if you're talking about women having pregnancies?
Do you believe that men can get pregnant?
No, I don't think women can get
So
pregnant.
you are denying that trans people exist?
And that leads to violence? Is this how you run your classroom? Are students allowed to question you? Or are they also treated like this, where
No,
they're
they're
told
allowed
that they're
to
opening up people to violence?
We have a good
by
time in my
questioning?
class. You should join.
Oh, I bet.
You might learn a lot.
Wow, I would learn a lot. I've learned a lot
I
just in this
know,
exchange.
absolutely.
Extraordinary.
Yep.
I'm done.
What do you mean?
I'll never move outside.
That's a perfectly healthy teacher.
Like, I will never fucking move outside my state, bro. If I move outside my state, it'll be the Mississippi, Louisiana, or one of them other motherfucking traditional ass, backwood, country ass states, but I can't do it. I can't fucking do it, bro. I can't fucking with Georgia on Atlanta. I'm not going there, but I can't do it. I couldn't be around this shit all the time. I just could not do it. It just wouldn't work for me. These niggas sound like they lost their whole fucking mind. That's a fucking woman who goddamn put a dick on, man. She got ovaries in a uterus. Hell yeah, she can have a baby because she a fucking woman. She just.
What do you mean? It's birthing, as Red Lipstick Vibe said, it's birthing people. Okay, get the pronouns right, sir. Birthing people.
Damn pronouns. You got a dick, you're a fucking man. If you got a damn pussy, born with one. You born with a dick, you're a boy. You born with a coochie, you're a girl. Easy. Now, if you got both, you're a hermaphrodite.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say that. That's the only exception to that rule.
And them and Kleinsfelter are the only that I recognize. That's it.
Every day I look up to the sky waiting for fire and brimstone to start falling. Yeah, we are in the times of Sodom and Gomorrah. It is days that are dark days. All right, I'm sorry. Sorry to say, people.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What I was so shocked for a minute ago, Chris, was that, like, I just wondered, right, how far up this shit went. But when educators are lying, when you can't find truth in academia, I can't get behind that. The world is so political to where you are worried to just tell this motherfucker you need help. You need to go see someone.
So if I say a man,
motherfucking trans people commit suicide because they uncle. It ain't got shit to do with no damn somebody saying they don't exist in this world.
Wait, hold on. Let's. I want to hear some other people. Danielle, are you okay? That's a serious question. I don't want it to be triggered.
Danielle probably needs some ice water, like
Chris. What you thinking?
In a cold pack.
I just think it's sad that it can't be talked about without it being seen as like a threat towards the entire community. Like the fact that he asked a few questions on pregnancy and she went into like self-deletion rate among the community. It's like, I understand that it's a sensitive topic, but you should be allowed to have these conversations. You have to have these conversations because you're trying to change the language that people are using. You're trying to change they're trying to change a lot. They're trying to change a lot and censor things and shape things and teach it to children. And it's getting into the schools and it's getting into the law, or trying to get into the laws. So it's like you have to talk through these things. You can't just silence people when you don't like what they have to say, right?
Yeah. Where do we go from here? That's a good question, Simon. Honestly. Danielle, talk to me. How's that ice cold beverage?
Delicious. I had to go refill my cup. So,
thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts. Since that is, it doesn't necessarily have to be about what she was saying, but the fact that she is a college professor, she is someone that is held to a high standard and is actually someone that is shaping young minds of the future.
She's a professor.
She's a professor.
Those minds should have a solid foundation by now. They're like, they're adults at this point.
Yeah, she's a professor, but she's still supposed to be teaching them things that they can actually are applicable in the real world. No.
So I want to say something. John was saying that when you can't find truth in academia, like something else he said, because I kind of went blank after that, because it was just like, what? Okay, so all of us Black on here.
Yeah.
Academia ain't never told our truth. So I don't know how you felt like when you look at academia, you could find truth. Academia is only truthful to the knowledge of the people who write in it. Like they was talking about the world is flat. They was talking about leeches cure stuff. Like all that was academia too. Academia is not where you look for truth.
See, in my opinion, I always thought colleges were that's where you challenge your beliefs. Put your beliefs, hold them to the fire. I always thought that's what the whole point of college was.
I think just naturally being away from your parents challenges your beliefs. If you've not ever left home, you probably wouldn't get it. But so like at home, you can have your feelings, but you keep them inside because you're a kid and you don't really have the right to express all of your feeling, or you don't feel comfortable because that's just not what it is. So but then when you go away to college, you are an adult. You're in your own environment. You can't express yourself. You become yourself. You learn yourself. Do a professor help with that? I don't know. Didn't no professors help me. Maybe because I wasn't in class. Initially, when I went to college, I was actually trying to find myself. But I don't know. They should know who they are. Like they should have a foundation. They should have had a parent to raise them and give them. My kids are tiny, and since this is so prevalent, this is something we talk about every day in my household. What is a boy? What is a girl? If you see a girl that has a penis, is it a girl? If you see a boy that has ovaries or was a girl, is it a boy? My children answer these questions now. To be a parent, you have to know what your child is going to face because you see where the world is going. So my job is to set concretely in their mind what is right and what is wrong. Ain't no professor doing that for my adult child at 18.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree.
So that's I want to start there about the she's shaping young minds.
Okay,
I'm not saying that she's not shaping them, but
she's not okay. If she's not allowing them to challenge their own beliefs, then what's the point? Like
she is challenging. Just because she's not letting a person speak, don't mean that what they thought is their thoughts are not challenged. What she's saying, they definitely challenging what she's saying.
But how can ideas be grown from a point of, hey, listen, you cannot talk about this issue because it might offend this person? We can't move forward past a point if we talk about offense or what's going to offend.
Then you just talk about it anyway.
Like Jordan Peterson said, to think you must risk offending people.
Absolutely. That's what I said. You just talk about it anyway. Do I care that you're offended?
I think in a classroom setting, when a teacher is the one holding...
I've offended a teacher. I continued the class. You're not going to ask me a question and not get my opinion. Don't ask me then. I'm an adult. I'm in college. I'm not a child anymore.
I think most people don't have those beliefs. That they're just going to offend the teacher and just...
That wasn't my intention. That's just what happened because you asked the question and I answered. Don't ask me.
Mm-hmm.
I've been this way since I was a kid.
Okay. Ali, talk to me.
Yeah, and it's a trip that you can't, like you said, voice this opinion. I actually was talking to a person that was a friend, and we kind of had a similar conversation because the question came up, would I have any gay friends? Do I have any gay friends? And I'm like, well, I'm not gay, so it's highly unlikely that I would find something in common. And the same thing happened to me. It automatically jumped to, well, you're like slavery. It's just like when white people don't like black people. And I'm like, who I choose to have my friend? I mean, I have the right to choose who I hang out with. I mean, there's certain straight people that I don't like. Or I don't, and I'm saying I don't like, gay people, somebody that's different. But, it's not all straight people that I hang out with. You typically hang out with people that you have something in common with. And, she did acknowledge that there is a difference between a man and, I guess, a trans man. And basically, she took and tried to take two different train of thoughts and married them together. Basically, he's trying to focus on women. And it's like, well, just because you're trying to focus one way, you automatically excluding the transgender world, the LGBTQ people. And it's like, you can't get anywhere with a conversation like that. And I just wish that people would go that hard with blacks and what we're going through. If you had that type of mindset on our ordeal that we're facing.
I definitely agree with that. Thoughts? Anyone else? Going that hard when it comes to like BLM issues? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much that, or just any black issue. Black people in general are have it bad and kill themselves. Black women are having it when it comes to relationships, economics, violence, whatever. Black women, period, is having a problem that needs to be addressed. It's in addition to the black race. So when you throw transgender in there, it kind of cuts so many different pieces of the pie into this, and that's a movement all to itself that's going to take care of itself. But the thing is that movement speaking up? Like, if you go back when we look at just women's right, when the little girl in Texas got slammed down on the pool by the police, you didn't see any of these groups that was coming to the rescue or to speak on that. But we are willing to jump on everything and just go to speaking and want to stand up and fight for it.
Yeah, facts. John, thoughts?
Man, you kind of know, how I feel about this, man. I can't get behind this shit. I just can't. I'm not an inclusive. I don't even believe in inclusivity of any kind. I don't even like the fact that schools are integrated. We were better off when it was segregated. Who the fuck said that was that wasn't what Brown versus Board of Education was about? We want to go back and readdress this damn Plessy versus Ferguson. The damn judge thought, okay, we'll just put them all in the same school. How did that work out? You think this woman who don't look like you really give a fuck if you can read at the level you're supposed to read at? Not with all that include everybody. Every group is not designed to be together. Everybody is not designed to be with everybody. It's just not. We're not made that way, bro. We just not made that way. Why do you think fraternities and sororities have an initiation process? Because they don't want everybody. They only want certain people. And if you fit that mold and you're like-minded people, to Ali's point, typically migrate to each other. Like, if you forcing this down my throat, what the fuck are we gonna talk about? Huh? What we gonna talk about? I can be cool with you, but I don't need you around me. Like I can not agree with what the hell it is that you got going on, and I'm not saying I don't like you because that's what you do, but I'm just saying for the most part, I'm not gonna censor what the hell I say and what I want to say because it might hurt your feelings. Not gonna do that. So don't fucking be around me. It's just that. See, just that simple. And that's what is happening right now. You got a 96%, 96.3% heterosexual majority being all this weird thinking shit is being crammed down that majority's throat. Oh, you will say this, so you will face certain repercussions. Come on, man. It's not fair. That's not fair at all.
I have a quick article that I actually I want to see, well, where all this kind of leads to. This is a real one. Something that actually happened. Transgender woman who impregnates 2 women in prison now fears for his life. All right. Demi Minor is a minor. Oh, okay. Is a transgender woman incarcerated in the New Jersey prison system. Because of an incident between her and inmates at the female Edna Mahan Correctional Facility, which resulted in 2 pregnancies, she is at the all-male Garden State Youth Correctional Facility. She says, I am approved for surgery, which has made my time in a male facility dangerous. So I have been on suicide watch numerous times. I am losing weight, and truthfully, my mental health is a complete wreck. You got 2 people pregnant, bro.
Your mental health has been a complete wreck. So can I got a theory about that because I read that article. And then I'll let somebody else go. I'm gonna let it go. So my theory from the very, very beginning is that when something affects you to the point, whatever that something is, maybe it's a hormonal imbalance or something like that, or maybe it's a result of some type of sexual trauma, right? You don't feel like you belong in the male group. That's probably a true feeling, right? So you dissociate with your biological sex, okay?
That's called mental health issues.
Right, and there's anyone who thinks there's something or not, that's definitely a mental health issue. So when you move toward when he was in this prison with women, the essence, you can't hide that essence. But guess what? There are no men competing either. There's no competition. So now he got to settle back down. And now he was allowed to be who he really is, who he was born to be.
Biological.
Because there's no male competition whatsoever.
Real shit, doctor. What you're saying is 100% correct. Sorry for interrupting you. But like the point you were making earlier about like you don't care about like what people think. Like people get offended by the truth now. You're not allowed to speak certain things apparently, and some people's minds. Some people conform to that. But I was saying, why is that? How do you control a population? The way to control reality is through the words people use. So it's all done through speech. So I think like this whole canceling or censoring thing, it's very detrimental for everybody. That's how you control. You control through the speech and through the words people use,
and through the media outlets.
Yeah. Especially through the speech. Yeah.
I don't know. I think what you watch have a even greater implications than the speech, because you actually get programmed through what you watch. Because you start to make people think, but that this is the norm, like that this is the norm. Like if you play movies and you have so many instances in movies, which is going on also. That's also going on. You start to believe that, hey, maybe I do need to change the way I've been thinking and seeing things. Maybe I am old fashioned. Maybe I am, maybe I do need to look at this in a different way.
Oh, for God's sakes, enough of that. Maybe it was better before.
I think both of them go hand in hand, what you hear and what you see. affects the people. They go hand in hand. I'm not going to jump topics, but yeah, I have a theory on that.
Well, okay, so I'm glad you guys said that, because that segues right into the next question I want to ask you guys. Does media do more to change a child's frame of mind, or do teachers in a classroom?
Media.
I think social engineers are they're very good at what they do. They'll get them through, what they do is it's all about attention, right? Dopamine hits and attention. So once they get the attention, they can pretty much warp their mind to whatever they want. I don't think like a teacher or even like parents, a really good parent, is really going to change that.
I would say that media changes the minds of adults, not just children.
Adults too. Grown adults.
Yeah.
Grown women and men.
Once you start stimulating those dopaminergic pathways, and that's where you start getting all that focusing just on this one thing, almost like a drug.
And I mean that's a fact. Media,
like people get stuck on TikTok for fucking hours. I mean,
that whole TikTok thing is designed for that. It gets to the point where human beings have less of attention span than a goldfish now.
Yep.
I'm not even joking.
Yep, because of the length of those videos being only 1 minute. So you learn to focus. I'm not gonna get into the science behind it, but
less than a minute
for just 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute or less. Yep.
I mean, but actually, that was proven by the elections. How they talked about how the hacking of social media and getting in influence certain elections.
Didn't they do that with this last election? Wasn't it so much
social engineering? And I think in the Black community, with a lot of what we're going on is definitely social engineered through the media and through the music. There's several examples of that.
I think all of this is a direct assault on humanity as a whole. What's been going on lately? They're really trying to shut down like any kind of conversation like this. Any people who have any sort of intelligence or mind of their own or rational thinking, eliminated. That's what they're trying to do.
Yep.
It's our job to fight back.
Yep. I was very proud of the Florida mayor. I'm not mayor, but Florida governor. In his stance. I mean, I wish he could have just eliminated the conversation in the school period and just say, hey, this is up to the parents. Like this is a parental issue. This is not something that we need to discuss as educators, especially when it has no empirical backing whatsoever. I mean, people oftentimes want to bring up this functional MRI research that was done where they really believe. Man, shut up. I mean, if you tell a lie enough times, you believe the lie. You can even pass a damn lie detector. So that's not empirical.
Even sociopaths, people do not feel like they don't got nervous.
Actually, that's what Hitler said. You tell a lie enough times, it'll become true.
Yeah, you believe it. It becomes a part of your reality.
Yeah,
fMRI. I know you're talking about the fMRI machine where they scan like the certain like neurons that are going through your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Now we referenced the Florida governor, but the only thing that came about with that is he also censored the teaching of Black history.
Ooh.
And critical race theory.
Critical
race. Say that again. I didn't hear you. Say it again.
So when you reference the Florida governor, he also is a fan of critical race theory, where you can't talk a lot about Black history. That's also going along with these states that, where you can't talk about the transgender or the LGBTQ community. Most of those same states, you can't teach Black history in school because it hurts white students' feelings to know that their forefathers were slave owners and the way that they did people. So critical race theory is something you want to know more about it. You have to give, I'm not an expert on it. So, if you Google and look up critical race theory, that's also something most of these governors are a proponent of as well.
So you're saying they don't like teaching it because it's going to make the white people feel guilty?
It makes them guilty. And you know my theory to this, because you know for the longest, I'm a little older, so basically when you start talking like police brutality, the way blacks have it in the world, I think it's convenient. Most whites that I've encountered, they like to sit back and they'll listen to you and they'll say, "Oh man, the police do this to black people. They pull them over, they harass them. I had no idea that was going on. That's messed up." But when it's being taught to you with something like this, Black Lives Matter, now it's put on the forefront, and now you got to acknowledge some of this stuff like Tulsa, Oklahoma.
You must have grown up in a nice area then, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it was an excuse that they could give where they could pretend that they didn't know. But now that it's starting to come out with TikTok, Facebook, social media, and it's even starting to become prevalent in some schools, now you can have an excuse to say, well, you don't know that blacks are being treated this way and have a problem with the police, that we built towns that were burnt down, you know, because they like to say, well, we were lazy, we never contributed nothing to anything. But when you being
black people built the United States.
Exactly. But it wasn't put. But when it's being taught in the school that, yo, wait a minute. Grandpa told me that black people didn't do nothing, but you teaching me that black people built Washington, D.C. They built whole towns that was striving or whatever. And then even for black students, it's building the self-esteem up. So now when you look at Texas and Florida, critical race, and there's some other states that is with critical race theory where it's like, no, we're not going to talk about black history or put anything. I mean, and some of them they're trying to say, I forget the term, they don't even want to say slavery. We were, I can't think of the gentler term they put.
Involuntary servants.
Involuntary service.
Oh my God! People actually say that.
No, that was the Irish. They called it the Irish indentured servants. So when I was in school, they were talking. This was before critical race theory. But when I was in school, in high school, they were talking about changing the U.S. history books, the language in it, because the next generations were becoming less patriotic and they were not liking their country as much. So they were going to add in softer language. Yeah, that was the conversation back when I was in school.
Hey, Blooming, you know what's very funny about that? How we mentioned it before, how they control reality through language, and now they're using something called a history book. It's somebody's story. It's whoever took it over and wrote it. It's somebody's story. It's called it for a reason. It's whoever literally killed everybody and took it over. That's who wrote it.
The winners write history. That's how it's always been.
Teachers are being fired over that, trying to teach black history. And, yeah. So some teachers are actually being fired for trying to educate.
In Canada, it's a lot different over here, at least in Toronto. I'm from Toronto in Canada. And over here, it's racism and all that. It's not really been like that over here. It's a very multicultural place. It's not like the U.S. I understand.
So I have a question about that critical race theory. At what point though does it teach? Does it stop teaching, and does it become passing on victimhood? Passing down.
You can't be a victim either. You can't say because of this that now I'm restricted.
Like again, I don't know or understand too much about critical race theory.
I don't either, but I'm saying
that's why I'm asking.
That though. How a lot of people victimize themselves in a way by saying what do you mean? We could literally do whatever we want. No, no way.
So Ali, that's what I'm asking.
What was your question again? I didn't quite understand your question.
Yeah, at what point does it become teaching history and steps over into we're promoting victimhood to the black community?
That's a really good question, man.
I don't think that we're promoting victimhood, because you're not just talking about us, because our history didn't start in Africa like we was originally taught. Black history, when I was growing up, it was two things. Every year it was how we were slaves were brought to America, and if they even covered that, and our history automatically went to Martin Luther King and freedom rights, and then Martin Luther King a little bit. Some may talk about Malcolm X a little bit, and that was our history.
But I didn't even learn about Malcolm X in history.
But and I'm saying if we even mention him.
Yeah.
Now, when you go through and you teach history, as we're starting to learn, you start to learn that, hey, wait a minute, we had Tulsa, Oklahoma right after slavery, because there's a period where we were slaves. The slaves got free, thank goodness to Abraham Lincoln. Boom, we were sharecroppers for a little while. Boom, now we're on the scene, and it's Martin Luther King. We got racism, and he had a dream. And now everything been good. The country realized that they was wrong, and they started treating blacks, kind. And then we go on. But then you go through with their history. You start talking about all the white scholars that discovered this. And for a black kid, all you see is white faces, even to your religion. White faces did this, white faces did this, and white faces did this. But they don't teach.
Ali, have you heard of the Underground Railroad to Canada? Has that taught it all for you guys?
I haven't heard of it. But you brought up a good point about Canada, that I just seen an article, I want to say last week, about the Pope was actually in Canada. I want to say a few weeks ago, apologizing for some of the stuff that went on with I don't know if it's necessarily with some of the Indians or whatever. I think that was killed in Canada on certain burial ground under the Catholic Church's watch.
Oh yeah. They're digging up like hundreds and hundreds of bodies under churches and shit from little Aboriginal children. Yeah.
Which, I suspect they were of dark color.
No, they're Aboriginal. They have they're a lot lighter than you, but Aboriginal Canadian people.
But getting back to your thing, I think it was very empowering to blacks to know that we were more than just slaves, that we did contribute. What was that movie where they showed that in NASA, it was actually black women that helped Hidden Figures. They helped guide us to. I never knew that in all my years of education. That's powerful to some young sister or whatever, some young brother that know that, hey, first of all, not just a black person, but a black woman actually did the math. Back then, it used to be a thing that women wasn't good in math. I think they
black woman on one of our bills here, actually.
What now?
We have a black woman on our $10 bill.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all ahead of us in the U.S. But no, I think it's very powerful to know your history, that you got ancestors that did what they did. Went into Tulsa, Oklahoma. Most people don't know Memphis, Tennessee, Bill Street, black man by the name of Church, went through doing a pandemic. It was epidemics. People were getting some type of, I don't know, flu or whatever. He was biracial, but basically it came from the graves under the water. Everybody was getting this type of disease, and I can't remember. It's been years since I read this book, Black Fortune. And basically he discovered that if you clean the water up under the graves in the street, that got rid of a lot of the bacteria. So he bought a lot of Bill Street in Memphis up for pennies on the dollar. Back when white people and everybody was panicking and was running out and was moving, he bought it up, built Bill Street up. And that's, Memphis was striving then. And it actually was a black person that had a grocery store, and he was outperforming some of the white counterparts. So they got jealous, burnt his grocery store down. And
Ali, my friend, everything's not black and white. I'll show you this, because if you go into the higher echelons of who runs the world and all that, they don't care about that. They don't care about religion. They don't care about the country they're in.
They don't. And I agree. Everything is black and white, but I'm only speaking from the U.S. base because that's what I'm experiencing. But economically, when you look at statistics, it's people of my color are at the bottom of it. So there are other people that have had it bad, but when you look at the top groups that has it bad, and I'm speaking U.S. in any type of survey, whether you look at any color, anybody come in there or whatever, it's us. And we've done a lot for this country that has not been acknowledged to this day. We're still coming out, discovering things that.
Well, that's for sure. Yeah, but that's why you're a smart individual. You're going to raise your family right. You're going to make they have the best opportunities, and they're going to run the world. You know what I mean?
It's not about my family. It's about I want to raise my culture right. Like
I have a question. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to interrupt in y'all conversation, but I'm observing y'all conversation, and I have a question, Mr. Cage.
Yes.
You white?
No.
You just from Canada?
I'm Canadian. Yeah. My family's
Have
actually.
you ever lived here in America at all?
No, I've never been to America.
Okay.
A little bit different.
I had to ask if you were white because listening to you, you are engaging with this man as if you are a white person from America. You sound very dismissive of the stuff he's saying, like, "Oh, well, you can be better. Oh, well, you're smart. Oh, well, you're not hearing him.
I'm hearing it, but I'm saying
it don't. And then you speaking before I even finish. So you're not hearing because you want to respond.
Okay,
I want you to stop and
just
listen. And if you're listening, you're not speaking. What he's saying is the pains that we have been through. And when he's speaking them to you, you just knocking them down and saying other stuff about Canada as if it's supposed to make what happened here go away or better or irrelevant. As though Canada does not have racism. Baby, everywhere in America, Black people have it worse. Nowhere in the world do anybody want to be Black. Okay?
Yeah,
so that's wonderful that Canada that's wonderful that Canada handles racism better than America from your perspective. And I can't say yay or nay because just like they don't teach us our history, we definitely don't know another country's history. But I just feel like you are just very dismissive. You sound very dismissive of what he's saying. And I was just wondering if you understood that or if you felt that, or do anybody else on this panel feel as though he is dismissive? Or am I just hearing it incorrectly?
Honestly, I didn't really feel like he was dismissive, in my opinion. If I felt like he was dismissive, I probably would have said something about it. But they were just having a conversation. So I was letting them have a conversation. Similar to how I think that, some theories, if someone has a way of looking at things and someone wants to challenge that, let it be challenged.
I feel like, but if you're going to challenge something, then you have to challenge a thing with a thing that matches the thing. Like he in US and he in Canada. So what he's speaking about, when he's saying what happened to us here, and then he over here saying, well, in Canada, it don't match. We're not having the same conversation. You have to come over here to where we at and where we speaking. I know that this is where you came from and you're proud of where you came from and you feel like it's a better environment. And that's all well and fine. But what I'm saying is they not having the same conversation. Mm-hmm. Or am I lost?
No, I hear you. I'm sorry if I came off that way, and I apologize. I don't want
but this is good. This is good because it goes back to what I originally said. When we're in this country, we're talking to people. They like to dismiss, like you said. It's like, oh, I didn't know. It's like, well, you're doing well or whatever. But when you're teaching it in school, that this is a fact. That I'm not speaking theory. No, I'm no longer speaking theory. I'm speaking facts now. And
can I just say something? Sorry,
Simon, what's going on, my man?
Sorry to interject. I'm just saying, you're the only country in the world that's had a Black president.
And
so, what do you feel or think that other countries think like in terms of the Black populations in the other countries? Because you seem to say, like, I understand there's a level of discrepancy in terms of what you think and feel, but at least you've been able to achieve that to an extent. When, like, I live in another country where that's never going to probably happen within my lifetime. So what do you think we're feeling if it's so bad for you?
Well, what country are you from?
The UK, United Kingdom.
Yeah. They won't.
What I would say, Simon, is that before President Obama became the president, and as President Obama was running for president, it wasn't fathomable here for us either. So what I would say is to teach your children to look to America as an example. If that's the example that you want to use and you want your children to aspire to greater things and to change the world, then have them look at President Obama and all the things that we have been through and everything that they continue to put us through and the things that we strive and can become. Just because it can't happen in your lifetime doesn't mean that it won't happen. My grandmother passed before it happened. My father passed before it happened. And these are people that we knew. So everybody don't get to experience everything, sir. That's just not the way it works. That's what I would teach your children.
With the Obama thing, Obama was a great inspiration for the Black people, but it didn't change the laws of the country. You still had the same people running the country. He was the face of our country, but we were still getting gunned down by police while he was in office.
Don't you think that wasn't really the question? What I was trying to say is
did I answer the question, Simon? Did you hear me?
I heard you, but you were talking about talking to my children, which is not what I was.
That's what you asked about. You said in my lifetime we will never see this.
I wasn't talking about. I didn't mention children once. I didn't mention.
You didn't, baby. You said in my lifetime I would never see this, and so what I'm doing is, no, you may not never see this, but what you do is you inspire your children to aspire to this. That's what you do, because that's how we got there. With all the things that happened to us, there are people who felt like, oh, this would never happen. But then you had other people who spoke to people and fostered that hope and that courage and that strength to where it happened. So no, it may not happen in your lifetime, but if you can inspire your people, then it could happen for your children. That's what I'm saying.
I do understand what you're saying, but I wasn't talking about that. I was speaking to the guy's point in terms of what it came across to me as, if you just listen to me for a second, as an outsider, what it came to me across as, we have it so bad, we have all these issues and we have all these problems. But what you don't seem to understand is that people across the world have these problems. But your culture and your race and the country as a whole has had the benefit of being able to be so progressive that you have had a black president. So how do you feel the rest of the world feels? Because we have never ever experienced that. You're the only country in the world that has ever had a black president, and probably will be the last.
I would feel like y'all should be inspired.
I haven't even finished. I'm just saying. Just give me a second. Just 1 second. I'll be
Speedy Simon. I'm so proud of you right now.
I'll be Speedy Gonzalez on this. Look.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Simon, this is bravo to you.
You're doing excellent right now. I'm so proud of you.
I'm just saying, like, the thing is, it's juxtaposition. It's like, I live in the UK. This is a racist place, okay? Right? And I do understand where you guys are coming from. But the fact is, it's like, there is a point where you have to go, okay, it is bad, but it's good.
We do that all the time.
Can I respond to his question?
Go ahead.
Since you addressed me, Simon, and your question to me was, since I'm talking about what we're going through in the US, how do I think you feel in the UK? Was that your question to me, correct?
Any other country globally has not had a black president, period.
This is going to sound mean, and I mean it with it's not any type of disrespect, anything. But I'm not from your country, so I can't speak on your country. You got to figure out how I can only speak of what the ills that I see here. Now, if I can help you in any type of way in the UK, I'm more than willing to do that. But I'm not thinking about what other country is going through at this point. I'm thinking about what me and the people of this country is going through. Now, I sympathize with you, pray with you, and if I can help or whatever I can do, but you got to come up with your leaders and do what you got to do to elect a black president. And you said the benefit of a black president, we had to work. We've been working.
The UK it's notoriously very racist. The UK love taking shit over. The British people, they love taking shit over. So.
Well, where do you think we got our model from? We had to fight that,
Look. With all due respect, okay, if you go into a relationship, how do you understand how a relationship works? What happens is you have a view or a reference point, and the view and the reference point allows you to learn from how to be in a relationship. No one is born into a relationship. We're born as children. So when you become an adult, you start to reference.
It is a relationship.
You're not born into a relationship in terms
you don't have a relationship with your mother and father?
No, I don't.
You don't have a relationship with your siblings? You don't have a relationship with your grandparents? Those are all relationships.
I understand what you're saying, but I don't personally. What I'm saying is what? Just listen to me for a second. I know, like, I'm trying to be nice, right? So, like, the relationship. You're not born into a relationship with external people and strangers. Like, it's one thing you're born into a family, but then you have to learn how to interact with strangers. You have to learn to interact with different people from different places and different countries. So to say, right, that, oh, this is us, oh, poor me, oh, it doesn't relate to the rest of the world is garbage.
You never
To
said
He
be
didn't say it
honest,
don't relate to the rest of the world. You asked him how he felt about it.
No, that's cool. I mean, everyone's got, the
You
panel's
asked him how he felt about it. That's what you asked, and he told you how he felt.
I didn't talk about feelings. Not in 1 second. I don't do that. I'm just saying.
You said, how do you think we feel about that? How do you think all the rest of the world feels about this happening over there? That's what you said. You said feelings quite a few times.
All right, relax. Like, hold on. Let me tell you guys something.
I'll retract that. Thank you, sisters.
Hold on, let me tell you guys something quickly right now. The oppression does not stop. It's not white people oppressing. I'm saying this happens I'm not saying this is it's not real. It's 100% real. It's horrible. It should never have happened. But I'm saying even like my friend from Rwanda, for example, his whole family killed by the Hutus. You know what I mean? Because there's a Tutsi, he had lighter skin, he was like taller, and he had different look on him. But they're all from Rwanda, from Africa, right? But there's a genocide over there. They're piling their bodies up in their own in their churches and stuff. So I'm saying it's within people too. It's a human nature thing. You know what I mean? Even within people, they'll decimate each other.
So do that make it what happening over here less important?
No,
do that make it less significant? Because when you're saying that, that's what I hear, is that since it's happening everywhere, that we shouldn't be mad.
No,
that's what I hear when you say that.
No, I'm not saying you should not be mad and be upset. Obviously, you should.
So we should be okay with it because everywhere else have it worse. Is that what you're
Let
saying?
him respond. Let him respond.
You shouldn't be okay with it. No one should be okay with that. But I'm saying, like, you have to use that anger in the right way, right? We have to focus that to something that's gonna, like you said, benefit your children, benefit the people before you. Have to be that person that creates change, right?
Focus on the things that you can control. Is that what you're trying to say, King?
Yeah, pretty much. Let's focus on the stuff we can control. The stuff we can't change the past. We can only change the future for right now.
But even though we can't change the past, we still have to know the past. We can't be ashamed of the past. You still have to talk about that too.
But we can't live in it though.
Living in it, why can't everybody else live in their pains? Why can't we live in ours? They talk about 9/11. Never forget. They talk about the Jewish people. You can't say shit. Not the gay people. You can't say shit. Everybody else has
that'll light
shit.
that
And
fire.
nobody else has to forget their traumas. But black people, why do black people have to forget their traumas? Why when black people speak their traumas, everybody bring up everybody else's traumas to weigh down the black person's traumas? When the Jewish people talk about the Holocaust, nobody brings up shit else. You are attentive on that, and you say yes, that is correct. Yes, that is wrong. It's fact, and you receive it and you stop. But when it comes to black people, when we say stuff, everybody has a rebuttal, even black people, and I just don't get it.
Yeah, because the Jewish people actually come together and the black community doesn't.
And we're not coming together because when we speak on it, even black people are saying, well, over here in the UK, they're racist and we don't have a president. Well, over here in Canada, we got a black person on the dollar, though.
And
all that shit hindered black people coming together because nobody is hearing the next person. Everybody trying to be the hurtest person or the best person, and everybody should just hear everybody and say, "Yeah, that's cool." It's not a rebuttal when you're talking about what you're going through.
My sister's keeper. There are black people that come together, believe it or not.
I didn't say black people don't come together. Somebody
there are.
They just said that. I'm saying, but what we doing hinder more of us coming together, baby. Okay. More of us could come together if we weren't trying to compare who has it worse or who does it better.
You see, when you said
when I'm telling you what we went through, hear me. Don't come back with what you went through. When I tell you what I went through, don't come back and tell me what another country goes through. If we want to talk about relationships, when you're in a relationship, a man and a woman, when that woman is telling that man, this is what's bothering me, that man can't come back, well, that's what bothered me too. Because that woman is being not heard. Let me bring it down to a better level so that everybody can understand what I'm saying. When you're talking to somebody and that person is presenting an issue or a hurt, you cannot come back with another hurt. You have to hear that hurt. You can't compare that hurt to another hurt, some other situation. You have to hear that situation. And so until y'all hear the situation, even black people to other black people, this where we gonna be.
But do you acknowledge that you need a certain level of understanding to appreciate
I feel like I'm very understanding. As a Muslim, I have to be.
Look, take your religion out of it. I'm not.
I can't take my religion out of it. That would never happen.
No, I'm just talking.
If I take my religion out of it, I would go insane like the rest of the world. And I won't know what a man or a boy or a woman is.
Let him finish, Danielle. Let him finish. Go ahead, Simon.
I'm just saying, like, when I'm talking to you, I don't talk to you as a person of religion. I'm talking to you as a
when I respond, that's what you're gonna get though, because that's who I am.
That's fine, that's cool. But what I'm saying is, as I said, the whole thing from when I was coming out and just talking was, you have to understand from a global perspective, we have a global Black community, not just a community where you live.
I
And
said that too.
if you choose to get on a plane and have a holiday somewhere, that will become real to you in 2 seconds, right? And
So I don't. What you said? You said if I get on a plane and travel to do what?
To just travel, just go on a holiday, like, and go to another.
Oh,
country.
a vacation. If I go on a vacation, what
if you go
becomes
on
real?
That you'll see how Black communities operate in different countries in 2 seconds. That's what's going to happen. So, I mean, what's your experience going to be like if your level of thought and process is that of wherever you live and not trying to understand the rest of the world?
When you go on vacation, that's when you're trying to understand the world, right? Not when you like at home. When you at home, you worrying about home. You know.
Okay, so
so to care about something else is not a thing. He didn't say he don't care about. He just offered help. He said, I'll do whatever I can. You don't offer help unless you have care. You don't offer help unless you have good intention for a person. So I'm still not understanding what you're saying. You spoke on feelings and now you're trying to take it another place, and still what he said covers what you said. He's offering help, so that is care. What are you talking about?
Speak your final points. We're gonna go around, speak your final points, and I'd like to move on to the next topic and next reaction video. And everyone should get themselves a nice cold cup of water. Okay, it helps. I've heard.
I've been keeping my cool all this time.
You have.
It's working.
Simon, get your last point in, my man.
I'm cool.
Oh, we're going around.
I think that was quite a productive sort of interaction.
It was. I like that. Cage is gone.
He's hurt, man. You hurt his feelings, my sister's keeper. You hurt him, man.
Everybody who come on here go get their feelings hurt messing with me if you come on here speaking nonsense. Okay?
Cage, get your last word in, my man. Or I'll come back to Cage if you're having any kind of technical issues. Ali, get your last word in, my man, and then we're gonna move on to the next topic.
Oh yeah, to his point, I have traveled around the world. I've been in Dominican Republic. I lived in Japan. I've in some other countries. I've visited Mexico and studied their history. So I am well aware of how Blacks are being treated in different areas, scattered along with the diamonds or whatever. But at this particular conversation, I'm talking about U.S. I have a mostly U.S. audience. I'm not here to talk about world problems, although I do acknowledge that there's bigger problems happening in the world. I was specifically asked about a specific issue in what we got going on here, not abroad.
Okay. John.
So, kind of like Ali, you know, I've traveled to a lot of different countries. I actually lived abroad for years in another country. So, and to Simon's point, Blacks in other countries do operate differently, and they are more cohesive and agreeable with each other. But back to Ali's point, we don't live there. We was just visiting. We have to take care of home and worry about what's going on over here, because my legacy is here. You know, all my boys, my young sons are here. So, you know, I have to prepare them on how to move as a man in the way that the world is changing, and instill certain ideologies in them so that they can move and still keep up the traditions and keep the family legacy going. It's not that I don't care about other countries. That's not the case. But I'm just not, you know, I'm not from there, but I understood exactly where Simon was coming from, saying at least we did have the opportunity to have a biracial president, a Black, phenotypically expressed Black president, and I'll just leave it at that.
I would like
Can I just say something quick? I appreciate what you're saying, Doctor. But the thing is just to get this straight moving forward on the panel, I'm not trying to go at anybody. I'm just saying I'm used to the people that I know. They're intercontinental, so like they travel and stuff. Like, so they may have a child in the States and they may have a child in another country. They may travel for work. They may do different things. So that's just my mind state. It's not sort of like a thing of going, you know, some people are just in one place and that's their legacy. And I get that and I appreciate it. So I'm not sort of like saying anything about that. I'm of the same mind state. So it's like I've got interest in other places. So sometimes when people talk about something quite specific, I just question it, and that's all. Do you get what I'm saying? So peace to you, brothers, man. I ain't doing that.
Okay, cool. Cage, is your internet good now?
Yeah. Now I can hear it. I don't know what the hell is going on with my internet. It's been going a little crazy here.
No worries, man. Get your last word in, and then we're gonna move on to the next reaction video. All right?
Oh yeah. Like I don't really have to say much. All I have to say is, I like talking with you guys. You guys seem extremely intelligent, which we need. I think we need more logic and less emotion. You know?
Good conversation with you, man. I'm glad you joined the panel. You know, who about it? Unique, do you have time to respond? And Chris, of course. She's probably trying to find the mute button. So let's go to Chris.
Chris can go for it.
Okay. Good call.
Me?
Yep, go ahead, please.
Well, to answer the question really quickly, I think it's a little bit of both. I think that so traditionally, I think parents were teaching their children more often at home, and they were kind of the point of the family, especially the mother, was to pass on the culture and the belief and like the beliefs, the foundation, all of that to the children. And now we've kind of outsourced that. And so I think it's a little bit of both. The teachers are now able to kind of pass on what they think onto the children, and they're kind of creating like a safe place for the children where they are kind of absorbing that information and hearing it more often. And then media, because you're able to kind of choose what you want to hear, and like these kids they're doing it through entertainment. I think they're just kind of sealing kids in, and so things are just kind of, unfortunately, like clicking. So I think it's a little bit of both. As far as the last conversation, I would love to see like a critical race theory curriculum. I have no idea what is actually being taught, and I'm curious if anyone actually has like kids who are in school who are being taught that, because I would love to see like what the curriculum actually looks like. But I did agree with Cage a lot of what he was saying. I think that is important to control what you can control, and I think it's important that you're considering kind of what's going on in your own home and whether or not you're trying to contribute to society in a positive way, plus the next generation, by getting married and having kids and raising those kids to be positive contributions to society. Like Jordan Peterson says, make your own bed before you try and change the world. I think that's important.
Shout out to that Jordan Peterson quote. Unique, talk to me.
How can I come after that? So am I answering that question that's at the bottom?
Anything that you heard, anything that you heard that you wanted to chime in on, the question at the bottom, as well as everything that we spoke about, whatever really stood out to you.
One thing that really bothered me about what we saw so far was just that people are like, I feel like I'm living in a bizarro world. I feel like I'm living in backwards world. I feel like it's just like I don't understand things sometimes. It's like you are a professor and you are a teacher and you like went to school and you can't just say that yes, women is the only people that can have children. Like, isn't that true? Like I don't understand. So that's the only thing that really bothered me about that part. But
what? Is that obvious? Like you need a uterus, don't you?
Yes,
that was the reaction we started with.
What kind of question is this? Come on, it is bizarre world if you're thinking like that.
Yeah.
Like,
But we are. That's it. You're all done. Unique.
yes.
Okay. Cool. So, Carl, I did hear you talk a little bit about dating prior, a little earlier. So that's actually gonna be our next topic. We're gonna start off with this quick reaction video.
What up,
And
Carl?
What up, people? How y'all doing? I've been kind of busy. How y'all doing? I missed y'all too. I heard it was getting heated earlier, but I missed it. So what?
Well, we got another video, so it might turn back up. So.
Oh, come on. You know, I love controversy. I can handle it all.
All right. None better than a nice Kendra G live. All right.
Oh my God.
Fair use. Do me a favor, mute your mics, please.
Hey, how you doing?
Are you driving?
No, I'm on the passenger side.
Show me the driver. Who's that? Hey.
Friend of mine.
As a friend of yours?
Yes.
Have y'all ever dated?
No.
Why y'all together late night then?
She wanted to go hang out, so I said, let's go.
Oh, so she wants to hang out. It was her idea?
Yes.
You single, girl?
Yes.
You like him? You can tell him.
No, this is my homeboy. We went to college together.
Why don't you like him then?
I'm looking for someone that's never been married with no kids like myself.
Woo! So I guess she put you on blast. You've been married and you got children. Let me find out what's going on. What's your name, boo?
Rasheen.
Rasheen, where you calling me from?
Atlanta.
Atlanta. How old are you?
49.
49. So she already put you on blast. How many kids you have?
I have a grown son.
Okay. Go back to her for a second. How old are you?
Like I said, we went to college together. I'm 50.
So you're 50 years old and you want to find a man that never had a baby?
Yes. Yep. I'm looking for a unicorn like myself.
Okay, keep looking. Go back to him, child. All right, let me finish talking to you, child. All right, so you.
Real quick, thoughts so far?
Are the tits real or fake?
The what?
I'm just joking. I said the titties real or fake. I'm just joking. You know what I mean? That's my thought so far. Like, what is this?
You know they say if you don't have nothing good to say, shut the hell up. So I'm gonna do that for a minute.
You know what I mean? I'm just trying to make a little joke. Was that disrespectful to women? I guess.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Oh yeah, it was.
Well,
what's wrong with that?
And the only reason I feel like that is because he gonna have another video to come up, and I want y'all to remember that comment that he just made and felt was so fucking funny.
Well, she did talk about it.
If the titties are real or fake, it's a simple question.
She in a video.
It was, and you said you might have offended women, and I'm offended. I mean,
well, you need to be offended for something. I could tell. It's fine.
That's fine.
God damn.
I wasn't even about being offended. You the one brought it up. I was just gonna be offended to myself, actually.
So I watch her.
I'm doing you a favor then.
She's pretty open about it. She hasn't had any plastic surgery.
Yeah, she hasn't.
All right,
She
so
hasn't.
titties are real. Hell yeah.
Titties are real.
There you go.
Titties are real.
All right.
We got real titties over here. We got real titties, all right?
I wonder if it hurts your back.
Shout out to the titties.
I know certain girls that are old and die like that. They have to get like breast reduction surgery so they don't hurt their back and shit.
Wait, Cage, you're going off topic. Going off topic, man.
Yeah.
What do you think about the video? What was said in the video? What do you think?
We live in a retarded ass world.
What do you mean?
Amen.
Okay, I was
amen to that. Amen.
Start
You
it out,
got
Doc.
men that thinking they fucking can be a woman. You got women who thinking they can be a fucking man. And then you got a motherfucker who's 50 fucking years old talking about she want a motherfucker that never had kids. Let me get the fuck out of here.
Again,
If you half of 100 fucking years old, ho, you come out find out who you gonna date? A 18-year-old nigga? 21-year-old nigga.
I blame
a nigga who don't want you except for your money. Maybe your mouth. Maybe your mouth because you got some experience. But other than that, what the fuck are you? What?
And so you know what's funny about that? You know what's funny about that? And so when he sent these to us after I watched the video, so then I scrolled through the comments. There are men who meet her requirement.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now. Relationships need a SAT fucking test score or something because this is insane. We need SATs for fucking relationships.
I just wanted to know why are people offended by other people's preference? Kenya was so offended that this woman wanted somebody that was like herself.
People don't know the difference between expectations, reality, and preferences. Y'all got preferences and expectations all in together, and they're separate. Your preference got nothing to do with reality. That's like a person saying, I want a smart guy, and your ass don't even have a GED. What the fuck?
Your preference is your reality, though, because it's her reality. That's what she wants. So her reality is that she doesn't have anybody. And she didn't seem to mind that because she didn't call into the show to find someone. The man did.
It's a fantasy.
When you look through the comments, it's not when I looked, that's what I was just saying, but when I looked at the comments of that video, it wasn't a fantasy.
It's a hope factor. You know, that's what I love about comedy. You know, Cedric said it right when he said, Black people, we live on a hope. You understand? We hope and the wish factor. You understand? We wish a motherfucker would be in RC. No, our motherfuckers living on a hope factor. Y'all hope it goes this way. Hope it goes that way. Reality tells us and dictates to us that no matter what you want, the more you focus on what you want, you're never going to get what you need. It's like chasing your own tail. You're not going to get nowhere with that. You're not.
I can't do it.
You focus on more of what you can get out of something than what you're putting into it.
You get what you put into it, right? Just like
no, you ain't going. No. Just focus on what you. Just focus on what you're putting in, not worrying about what you're getting out of it. And this is the trade-off.
And you get what you put in too. You know
but you have folks that believe in their own mind, oh man, I'll do this as long as I can get something out of it. Well, that's why you're still chasing your tail.
Yeah.
It should be an equal exchange.
You know,
right?
after Danielle said that, though, I'm actually going through the comment section, and a lot of people are defending that woman. Here's one that I actually read. I actually appreciate the fact that someone was responsible enough to not bring children into this world until she is ready.
And wasn't that a man who commented that, or is it a woman? Because I couldn't really tell from the name, and I didn't like zoom into the picture.
They had flowers, so I couldn't.
Oh, okay. Okay, no, that's a woman.
I mean, I don't know, because it's a mixture.
My ass.
Hello.
Hey.
Go ahead, John.
I'm triggered, nigga. Let's just get something straight. You done. You decided just not to have kids.
I don't think she wants kids, but she don't want her man to have kids either. That's the whole thing.
I got you. And if that's what you want, that's your preference. I got you. I understand.
Isn't the whole point? Isn't one of the main points of
Chris agree with Daniel.
Oh, but I got to defend the man with kids, bro. So you want to be out here with a nigga who never reproduced because you never reproduced, and you thinking what? Y'all made for each other some bullshit?
She just want to be with someone who don't bring the baggage that she don't bring.
Why are you offended?
Before we go further, I just want to know, why are you offended?
You probably can't even fit the baggage.
Because she's fucking 50.
I'm looking at the double-edged sword. Look at the
50 mean that you don't even like her. You wouldn't even date her. So why does her preference bother you? So why does it bother you? That's like when black women get mad at the black men who be with the white women. But it's like, why are you mad at that man when he don't like you or you don't like him? If you don't like him, why are you mad at the preference? If you don't like her, why are you mad at the preference?
It's the
listen.
You know that a black woman is less likely to fucking be married. We was just talking about all these positive things, but having a family and a fucking husband, that is a beautiful thing. Because y'all raising your children together and it perpetuates generations. You got this black woman
Hold on, Cage.
50 fucking years old. I want to find another man who don't have kids. That shit makes sense if she was 24. That shit makes sense if she was 27. That shit don't make sense.
So you mad because at 50 she had the audacity to still want what she wants?
No, but she is reducing her numbers.
She's not reducing. So, but
Hold
she's
on.
not reducing her numbers. First of all, we're speaking on this woman, and this woman is not even the one who came on the
This
show
woman in
to
Atlanta,
find
her
someone.
black ass is still single in fucking Atlanta.
And she don't
Okay.
care.
Her numbers are
She's not the one that's on the show to find someone, though.
Okay, look at it from a different perspective, because that's very limited. Look at it from another perspective. Everybody is afforded the same 7 days, 24 hours, 365 a year. What you do with it is your choice, but if you make your bed, you gotta lie in it. Logically,
pretty good.
You had 20 to 30 years to get your shit together.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go through mileage and try to sell this 1980 Tornado with 200,000 miles for 100 grand or 50 grand. It's not reality. No matter how much you try to, put rims on it, sound system, it's not. Listen, and guess what? You are going to be an old man with this 1980 Tornado trying to sell it for $50,000 that nobody wants. That's the reality. We have to look at the reality. The reality is, at 50 years old, your expectations, your come on, man. You one step away from a goddamn hospice at that age, man. Body functions start going on, depends. Knock it off. I don't care.
Depends at 50, damn.
Listen, erectile dysfunction
The
start
rough
at
life,
30.
if you need to wear Depends
No,
at
no,
50.
no. I'm looking at reality. Erectile dysfunction medically right now start at 30. It's no more a 50-year-old man type thing. It starts even at 30. What we eat, what we drink, how we don't take care of ourselves, what we do, the people we're around, our laziness. Come on. All of this plays factors.
Hold on, I think Cage had something to say.
Oh no.
Cage?
Cage's internet must have fucked up or something.
Yeah,
Ain't
it
no
definitely
fucking
is.
way he can
He's
access
silent
that.
this whole time. I know,
But
right?
Chris do have something to say for real.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so. I don't understand why it's so. I understand, yes, she had a lot of time to find someone, and it would have been easier for her to find a man without kids if she was younger. So yes, her pool is reduced, but I don't understand why it's like a heated topic to hear about. Like, if she's gonna die alone, just let her die alone. Yeah. And I think it's better that she didn't have kids, like, and then end up either without the guy, so raising kids in a single parent household, or divorced. So, like, doesn't this just say that maybe she just wasn't?
I can be fair to that.
Here. Like, he wasn't desirable, so no one wonders. So she's just gonna die alone, or she just has his expectations and she's willing to take the if she's like, we don't know if she's accepted the fact that she may never find someone, but she's not gonna budge on her expectations. So I'm just like, I see what both sides are saying, but I guess I'm confused on as to why it's
so such a offense. Like, everybody's so uproar.
It's
frustrating. I think a lot more men get frustrated by this.
That's what I was going to say. It's frustrating because how you are imposing your missed priorities on me.
What?
How are you imposing your misprioritized? Remember, 20s, 30s, and 40s.
Anything on you?
I'm going to explain it to you very nicely.
Okay.
20s, 30s, and 40s. She had all the time in the world to prioritize where she want her life to be by 40, by 50. She didn't choose that route. She chose whatever route she did, whatever she thought was clever and cool for her. At the end of the day, or at the end of those that term, you have to, like I said before, lay in the bed that you made. You cannot impose on single black men these criteria, these terms and conditions like you 25. You don't have nothing to offer. I'm sorry. You're a liability.
Wait. I want to let Cage before your internet cuts off again. Get your word in.
Oh, it's all right. Continue the conversation.
Yeah, Chris, go ahead, Chris.
I just think that's where the gap is. Like, if you don't meet her criteria, just let her die alone.
There you go.
Like I don't think it's something that I don't think she's pushing anything on anyone else. I think it's a personal problem. And if it doesn't end well for her, I think it's only not going to end well for her personally. She has no kids, so it's not like she's like passing this on to a daughter. Now her daughter's 35 and also going to grow up and be alone. Like she's.
So you saying that she's not influencing other women the same way?
Not necessarily.
Yes,
yes, she is.
think
That's
why
where
send
I
her back
have
to
a
the
problem.
streets if she isn't a good role model.
Possibly, but I don't think that is something to get like just let the women. So I guess what do you feel like you're losing by this 50-year-old not wanting a man that's around her age without kids? Or is it just the potential influence that she's having on younger women? That's
Go ahead, doctor.
Because I still haven't. I still, when you explain what you explain, and I listen very hard, I still don't know how she imposing anything on you.
I understand the influence, but
no, not influence. He said that she was imposing on him. Like, don't put that on me. And I'm just trying to figure out what is she putting on you.
Well,
if you don't fit her qualification, you're not even in the running to be imposed on.
No, it isn't.
Just like if you saw a woman and she was something that you don't like, you don't even see her. So the men who don't fit her criteria, she don't even see. And then I want to repeat again. This woman not on here to find nobody. She's perfectly fine with her situation. And then she's perfectly fine with her situation because Kendra rude as fuck to her. And she kept her cool and explained it just fine. And let that woman go on back to the man who came on the show to find somebody because it's not her. She's fine with her situation.
I think
she has made her bed and is comfortably lying. Men is the one who don't like women who is okay with being alone.
You know, I want to add something to this real quick. Sorry, Chris, I'll let you go right now.
You finish real quick.
I just want to add something to this.
Crazy to me, but go ahead.
I think a lot of men typically get real upset by this because it's a common thought process in the Black community, and I would say. A lot of women infectious. A lot of women have that idea that it's kind of like, listen, I want what I want, or I'll die alone. And it's like, how could we keep the Black race going if everyone just thinks, okay, well, I'm just gonna die on my own because I don't want to settle for blah 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 blah. You know, it's like
okay, so
but you're not birth race. Wait, hold on. But you're not all those things that you're even asking for either.
She is what she's asking for, though.
Birth rates are heavily in decline, actually.
Okay.
We're tired of the Wallonas in the world. Let me put it straight like that.
I just want to say, okay, so I want to say something. Okay, so look, so this woman is okay being alone. Most women are becoming okay with being alone.
Correct.
Because just like y'all saying, women are willing to die on that hill alone. We willing to die on that hill alone because y'all men willing down y'all hill alone also. Right? And so the whole thing is y'all men is screaming at the top of y'all mountains now because women are becoming more comfortable alone on their mountains.
But which hill?
It's not comfortable. I wouldn't say they're comfortable.
I don't know.
Which hill are men dying on?
What delusion are you living?
Men are single and they're so offended by women's preferences. Men are now going around just screaming to the top about women being single and alone and proud and for me it's like y'all not presenting y'all not presenting no way to bring it back together. What y'all doing is y'all just telling us that we are the issue and y'all telling us all our issues, right? And so that's not going to change what a woman is doing. The whole thing is that women, we are adaptable. And so what has happened is I don't think women are really happy with the men. And so what we have done is adapted. And now we are just willing. And so now we are just willing to die alone. And what I would say to that is I would prefer for those women to die alone because why would you want to be with somebody who don't even want to change at all to even be amenable to a relationship? Those people deserve to be alone.
We're tired of fuckable and not keepable. That's the answer to that.
Hold on.
Haram? This is halal.
Let's get to Cage. Let Cage go real quick, and then Ali will come to you. Cage, what's up?
What I'm saying is this. You know, like this whole neo-feminism thing is ridiculous in my mind because any woman will know they potentially want the. Okay, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You know what I mean? They want like some submissive, girly man that's gonna do whatever the hell they tell them to do. But then the minute like something really happens, they want the other guy. They're gonna go run to the other guy, like me, and go deal with them on the side. I'm saying that it's just ridiculous. It makes no sense.
Ali, go ahead.
Women never know what they want. I'm sorry to say it. You have no clue what you want.
Well, that's why they need someone to lead. But
That's
Ali,
what I mean. And you gotta tell them.
Yes.
I've triggered Danielle.
I'm not triggered. I'm just like, man, like this is crazy that y'all think this stuff. Like,
It's very
It's
apparent
true.
and clear
Wait, hold on,
by
hold on, hold
everything
on.
around us.
Hold on. Let Ali go. Ali, talk to me.
Well, to a point that was made where she said that women are being disappointed in men. And matter of fact, I was talking to a woman the other day, and I said for every woman that said that there are no good men or so-called real men out there, there's some 16-year-old son laying on her couch that she's babying, talking about that's my baby. He ain't got to work. He ain't got to do nothing. You women are raising, and you're creating
Talk about it. Talk
You're
about
straight
it.
up pussy.
Talk about it, Ali.
And then you say most of the it ain't true. Black fathers
They're raising a whole bitch.
in there, but women,
A whole bitch.
$2,000 new generation. You raising these my baby. He ain't gotta work. And I'm gonna put him in a $300-400 pair of Jordans, and I'm gonna take care of him. He ain't got to mow grass or do anything.
Get in the factory.
And we'll destroy. And if a man say something about your baby that's laying on his lazy ass, you will have a fit. You know, hey, you need to tell your son stuff he need to do that. Oh, you want to
Ali, she's investing in her own husband because guess what? When she get old, lonely, and nobody wants to ask, her son is becoming her husband. So that's what she's invested in.
But the son gonna be a husband because now the son never been raised to be a man, so he's going laying up on the pattern that's being laid. So
Oh,
he's
yeah,
gonna
that's true.
some woman and taking care about her because that's what he knows. His mama told him that he was the baby. He didn't have to do this. So he's going to find some woman to lay up. So he don't have a damn thing to take care of mama with, unless he got a woman that's going to handle everything and help him take care of his mama.
And then you get that rinse, lather, rinse, that rinse, wash, repeat cycle over and over, over and over and over and over.
So when a woman realizes that your son ain't shit and she get rid of him, usually it's after she had a child, 2, 3, or 4 by him. Now she turns around and repeats the cycle with them. These are my babies, and my babies ain't got to do none of this.
Yep. What? And that's
And let me clarify. This is not the complaining or the whining. This is the sharing of frustration, because when you identify the weak link or the problem, of course you look for a solution so you can get past it and get to the next problem. People are not listening. Women are not listening. Men are not listening. People are not paying attention. They just go over it like, oh well. But they don't realize there's thousands of people like that.
You got men joining in on this shit too, man. I heard a nigga the other day. You make your son do that? Like, goddamn right, I make him do it. What the fuck? Who the fuck you think gonna do it?
But
nigga, I work every day. I do everything else. I'm not doing that shit. You crazy as fuck.
It goes back to your original statement that I said I won't get on the music and the show. We didn't know what independent woman was until Beyonce made the damn song. Now every woman became an independent black woman.
What an independent woman was.
Give me a
She
break.
was a woman that was handling your business back then.
I would believe that. But who on her parents was together being raised? Because if not, everybody was raised by independent women. And so we absolutely knew it was.
But we were not referred to and walking around talking about. Before then, we were talking about, oh, I'm independent. I'm strong. I'm black. I'm an independent woman. No, you were a responsible woman that did what you had to do. Now, independent woman is a self-fulfilling prophecy. You can't go around talking about I'm an independent woman every day, but I can't find a man. Black men are intimidated by a strong, independent black woman.
Who was that rapper? INDEPE. Who was that?
I think women actually initiate. I think women initiate 80%.
He was singing about an independent woman.
In the U.S.
So it's not just women talking about being independent.
I'm saying,
They don't want to be.
but out of how many men talking about that now? Like I said, it's all programmed into the music.
Oh, Webby.
And into what we're saying. So you keep saying around, well, I can't get a relationship because I'm an independent person. Well, independent means one. A relationship is a team sport. So you walking around speaking your self-fulfilling prophecy every day.
You know, Ali, I find it very funny that in the last 40 years, Only black people talk about this shit. I don't see no other ethnic group talking about this shit.
Women going around talking about I'm an independent. No,
that's
not true.
I'm independent, strong Asian woman.
That's not true. That's
Listen,
not true.
Listen, I'll tell you what's true.
But they
right
got,
now. Hold on, listen.
they got y'all gassed up, bro.
I'm gonna tell you what's true.
These
right
white
now.
women got y'all gassed up. They start these damn shit. They start these conversations, right?
They're doing it on purpose. I hope you know that.
They doing it on fucking purpose, bro. They start these conversations and to snatch a nigga man up with a fucking heartbeat.
Listen,
I
I'm just saying the reason I'm saying that this is not just a black person thing is because actually what's today? Not yesterday, but the day before I was at work, right? And I was working with this other Muslim girl, but she's Arabic and she's 30 and she's single. And she's saying she's happy and that's fine. But these other black girls came in and we was talking about relationships. And she was talking about progressing in life. And I was trying to help her think on how to get through with her life. And telling her, well, what about the father of your child? She like, well, I can't depend on him. Then this Arabic girl go speak up on something. Yeah, don't depend on no man. I had to slap her ass down. I said, hey, baby, you talk to y'all Arabic woman like that. Don't talk to no black woman like that. I'm not for a woman being independent or single, but I'm not going to bash a woman who wants it either.
Is a woman going to be happy? Is a woman really going to be happy being independent and single? And single when she's old?
I can't hear all of y'all. I can't hear all of y'all.
What the fuck do you mean? They're not going to want that. You're not gonna. A woman's not gonna be independent and single and happy after she's like 30 years old. Come on, nope. You know what I mean?
I don't know if she was happy now. I'm just telling you what she said. But what I do know is every time she tried to speak, I had to tell her to stop talking to these black young ladies and tell them that that's not what you do. That unless you want to be a single 30-year-old like this young lady, that you don't listen to that.
But what
So
it's too late. Where everybody
You
already
said what
watched
other
every
races what?
episode. Every episode of Girlfriends was about that shit.
You said what other race is what?
What other race?
Saying is a pussy halal or not?
Oh my God!
Hold on, Cage. Ali, go ahead.
What other race feeds that type of rhetoric to their women?
None.
Oh, I heard the white girls around me talking it too. Maybe not the older generation, but these young white girls. Because since I'm a nurse, I work with young people all the time. White, Hispanic, Arabic. And since I be on these podcasts, this is the type of conversation I have with them so that I can get a better perspective because I live like in a bubble, my guy. Like this is the most in the world I've been being on these podcasts, getting to hear other people's perspectives and stuff. But so since I'm on this podcast, so I took it into my real life and I start asking females when I see them. And baby, every race is on something. I don't need no man. I ain't seen.
I would love to see.
Yeah, fucking right.
I would love to see a podcast of Puerto Ricans, whites, Arabic, Indian. I would love to see any other ethnic group.
On her because she kept on saying, you should have me on your podcast. You should have me on your podcast. I was like, I don't need you speaking to no black girl.
Let me give you some
Hold up,
game right now.
Cage, and then let John go.
All right, let me give you some game for men, okay? Men do not want women who say, oh, I don't want no men. No. The fuck? No one's gonna want to fucking deal with you or have anything to do with you for a long term. You know, like actually put a ring on the thing and write you. What do you mean? Oh, I want to be independent. I don't want anything to do with men. Are you fucking ridiculous? Yeah? I'm gonna send you to the club and shit. Back to the streets. Enough of that.
Fuckable, not keepable.
The streets are going. John, talk to me, bro.
All right, so
yeah, it's a one night thing.
Here's something that I'm just gonna point out, right? This is if I get someone over here and they start speaking that nonsense, I don't give a fuck what you said your parents are. You're not that. You're American. Because that's where your ideals are. Because I know for 100% fact from fucking experience that our Arabic women would
I was so fucking shocked.
Die fucking alone. They won't.
I was so fucking shocked.
Married by the time they 22. If you can find one of them bitches ain't married, good luck. Because if you in that country, damn near all of them married. Been married.
Latino.
That's what I mean. What the fuck they married?
They're being
arranged.
arranged.
Your daughter, you will marry Muhammad. Muhammad, come and say your prayers with your new wife.
Man,
motherfucker, 14.
I was so shocked.
Like that ain't.
I was so shocked.
Women don't talk like that, man. Most women in the countries that even the fucking European women are agreeable. They are submissive. All you got to do is handle your fucking business. That's it. As a man,
that's what you want a woman
to be married. Nigga, they working to make you want to marry their ass.
That's right.
Like everything they do for you is to show you that I can be a good wife. Like that's what they do.
I'm saying. That's a prize wife right there. Someone who's agreeable, you know what I mean, submissive in a way, but they're also strong. You know, to
Right.
raise a family
Like she
proper.
can check me and put me back in my place when I start talking nonsense. But when we out and I'm speaking, she's not gonna cut me off. She's not gonna say shit. She could be mad as shit, but she ain't gonna cuss me out in front of nobody. Now when we get behind the wall, she might let me have it. You feel me? But she ain't gonna do it in front of my kids, and she ain't gonna do it in front of nobody else.
So now, real quick, okay, because we're nearing the 2-hour window, so I want to get this last reaction video in and see what you guys think. All right, so this one is going to be kind of spinning off of what we were just talking about.
Oh shit!
So fair use.
There ain't no telling what would have happened if he wasn't. So that was just the bare minimum of what happened just because he was there. And the fact that he didn't really do shit made him want to harass her even more, because you see they didn't stop messing with her even after they said, let's go, get in the car, leave me alone, and all the type of shit. They kept going because he didn't do shit. So
or because she kept going back and forth.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, he wasn't doing nothing. He wasn't getting on their ass. He wasn't trying to, like, stick his chest out or nothing. Like, and she went home, curled up in that bed, and didn't even want him to touch her. And as a woman, that's like hurtful. I mean, even if he didn't have no gun, I wouldn't want you to get jumped. But like, I'm just saying, in that situation, it's fucked up, because I'm speaking from a woman's perspective. No, I don't want you to die behind me. No, I don't want you. Well, if I have your kids, yeah, you should want to die behind me.
I should want to.
I mean, I gave you children.
No, want to and willing to are two different things.
Willing to, I mean, no, but look, though, same thing, because look, it's up to me if I really want to have your kids or not, right? I get the last say so, right? It's my body, right?
It's up to me if I really want
I'm
to
giving you
or have
children.
your
You
kids, what you
better
say?
fucking go out there and do something.
Be willing to
Be
die.
willing. Okay, well,
okay.
we
You
gonna
keep
say
saying want to die. You should want to die.
That's the only even trade. I feel like if she gonna have kids for you, you should be willing to go the extra mile to do whatever it is that, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to life or death, because you can die behind having kids. And I had your kids, risking my life, my body. There should be some type of even trade, or like, you know what I'm saying? But back to that, as a woman, I want to feel protected, and she didn't feel safe. She didn't feel protected. So now, moving forward, she probably might do things on her own, knowing that her man can't step in and do what she would have rather him do than whatever he did, which was get in the car, let's go, grabbing. Okay, say you out with your girl, and some niggas walk up on y'all, and they start calling her bitch. Hey, bitch, come suck my dick, and all type of disrespectful shit. Grabbing on her, walking up, just doing the most. What will you do? You ain't gonna slap nobody. You ain't gonna pistol whip nobody. You ain't gonna, like, at least knock one of them out, and then both of y'all run or something. Like, damn, like something. I'm not even trying. Like, I might even jump in and help you a little, like something. I ain't even trying to say like risk your whole life, but like, hey, you get that one, I get this one. Like, somebody, like, at least, like, if you have hers, more than likely she gonna have yours too. So y'all both can be beating up niggas, even if y'all probably gonna get y'all ass whooped, but y'all got y'all ass whooped together.
You ever beat up a grown man? You talking all this cash shit.
Nah,
Like,
nah,
I'm gonna get him and you get.
But I'm not even really dead ass serious about it. I'm just
I
really
can tell.
putting things in perspective, like, just like see where I'm coming from.
Okay, I see where you're coming
Thank
from.
you.
But
That's
this is,
it. That's it. I'm
This
not
is what I
trying to
say.
tell no nigga to go jump in front of a train for her or go
That's
jump
how
in
it
front
comes off sometimes. though.
No,
I'm not
I
just talking about with you. Yeah,
I
I'm
get
not
why
just talking
you're
about with
saying
you.
that, but yeah, it's just like I was just looking at. I was watching the movie. I was looking at the shit from her perspective as a woman, and you know what I'm saying? Like, she was hurt by that. Like, she didn't even want him on her. Like, damn, and I'm not even justifying it. I'm not even justifying what, because that shit is crazy. But you see why she started fucking with that other dude?
See that
He
that's
brought life,
still,
but yeah, that's why I said I ain't even
No, what
justifying
I'm
it.
saying is because they did another scene with the rich dude where he punked some white dude on a bicycle. Like this guy
Yeah,
had to
that ain't
punk
nothing.
5 black men, and this one had to punk one
Yeah,
white dude.
that
Like that
ain't-
wasn't even the same.
It wasn't the same, and I get it.
Bro, what? Where do I even start with that one? Oh.
Go ahead, John.
All right, so listen. All right, so she got a point. You understand? She got a point. But you also got to know, all right, so it's, Carl, you into protection services, right? Carl?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you understand what I'm about to say. So the way that you be a provider and a protector, let's talk about just the protection part. We're going to talk about no provision. This ain't got nothing to do with provision. So as a protector, you got to use good judgment. Like,
all the time.
I'm not fixing to walk you through no motherfucking dark ass alley in the middle of the fucking Bronx at midnight. I mean, it's kind of dumb. That's dumb. That's real dumb. And whatever happens, you put her in that situation, nigga, you need to stand up for her.
Right.
And if that means you get your gut stomped out, nigga, your stupid ass would learn. But you got to stand up for it because
you have to protect
I was
your women and
always
children.
taught
Simple.
that when this motherfucking girl, like I was told by a dad, I dated back when, nigga, you had to come over the house on motherfucking like several weeks before he let his girl go anywhere with your ass, and you graduated in steps. You went from sitting on the motherfucking porch to staying for dinner, to going to church, to going down the street after church with her, walking. Then we'll talk about riding, and then we'll give you a curfew. Like, nigga, you was gonna be around for a little while, and everybody kind of knew how to get out.
You just explained what men had to do to get pussy. I like that.
This motherfucker here, he said, my daughter is in your hands. If she get beat, you better get beat. And we'll worry about who did it when you get back here. We'll call the motherfucking couch. I got brothers.
The main
But
thing,
your
the only
husband
thing-
is your motherfucking responsibility. Point fucking blank.
The main thing the woman said that's true, the only thing she really said that's true is that she wants somebody, a protector, to protect her. That's what it is. That's the main thing. That's what everyone wants.
What do you think
They
she
want
said
some
that was
sort
a
of-
lie, Cage?
They want some sort of security. Well,
What do you
I'm
think
saying,
she
like,
said that was a lie or some kind of fallacy?
Okay, I'll tell you the fallacies, like everything. Pretty much like what she was talking about, like in a way though, she's like, you know, she's gonna move a certain way to get this attention and put her man in a dirty situation, just to, like, prove his worth in a way. You know what I mean? Like women like her are instigators. They love
Her
to
man
fuck
took her on the walk, baby. Her man took
They
her on the
love-
walk. Where did she instigate?
I'm telling you, I can tell she likes the drama and shit.
Paige
She
has
likes
not seen that movie. He gotta have seen the movie to know what I'm talking about.
It was a movie that they were talking
Like
about.
this girl right
Tyler
here,
Perry
she ain't walking like that. She ain't instigating shit. You ain't gotta instigate. You got some niggas that just
Give me
like
a synopsis of the movie so I can understand. Because I haven't seen the movie, so I don't.
In case you might have seen the movie, but he don't recognize this scene. The movie
Yeah, I
was
didn't
Tyler Perry's movie, and it's when I forget the name of it. It's not Infidelity. It was
Temptations, it said in the caption.
Temptations, right?
Yeah.
So it was the movie scene where they was coming back from getting either a movie or getting something to eat, but they was walking, right? And these dudes started catcalling at his old lady. Now me, I would have said something. That's me though. You feel me? I would have said something, and it would have been what it was gonna be. All right, but anyway, so the dude that she went home, she felt like not protected. She got in the bed, she ain't fuck with him, right? And then she offers later on in the movie, it shows her being they met up in the park. They was dude was riding his bike, she was jogging, and then this one white dude, small white dude at that, rolled by and almost hit her, and he knocked dude off the fucking bike. Like, you don't see him standing right there? And she was like instantly wet. Like you can see her wet on her face. Like, oh,
this is protected.
So that's where everybody like
The same guy.
Same guy.
Well, I mean, I guess I can see that in a different story because sometimes your best defense is to do nothing, to not get her in that situation. So if you got 3 guys around and you done size them up and you walking into the park and you feel like, well, damn, I can't take one of them. I might probably gonna get knocked right away. And there's still two of them, and they might harm the both of us. Sometimes the best defense may be to get her out of that situation.
Ali, you sound like Kevin Hart when you said that, but go ahead.
You know what I do personally? I grab my.
You sound like Kevin Hart when you said that. I swear to God.
Like if I have someone catcall my girl, you gotta.
It's different
in a way,
She felt your priest said something.
In a way, it's a compliment. In a way, you know what I mean?
She felt unprotected all because of a cat call.
That's what I was thinking.
It wasn't no serious. It wasn't like
It's a
somebody.
compliment.
Now, I mean, if somebody come up there and they grab her ass, that's a different story. I gotta go die at that point.
Yeah, no.
Did they say on the video that they did grab on her, or was that just part of like a scenario that she gave? Because I remember the scene in the movie.
I think that was a scenario.
I think that's a scenario that she made. Because I think she diverted from that because she was like, I think he made a point where it's like, yo, it was catcalling. And I think she diverted to a point where it's like, okay, but what if those guys came up and you're doing X, Y, Z, da da da.
Yeah, that's something else. But I'm saying,
they come to her.
hold on. If someone's just catcalling your woman, that means you have an attractive woman. That's going to be happening every time she goes out. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean you have to be all like.
Yeah, as long as you don't.
So, man, you don't feel disrespected to have a woman with you on your arm that's apparently with you and have another man try to get with her? That's not offensive.
Okay,
Can I clarify something real quick?
I can't hear everybody.
Let Cage respond right back real quick.
I'm saying I'd be laughing then, unless they actually physically touched her or did something like or said something really, really offensive. I would not like go and fight them over it. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna laugh at them and be like, yeah. So what? Don't you want a woman who's gonna have like attention put onto her? You know what I mean? That's what you
Okay,
want.
the next person. What else somebody else got to say?
Okay, my thing is this. I would
fight everybody.
I would feel disrespected if I'm walking and some guys catcall my woman. But I got to think with some wisdom: is it worth me getting everybody killed to respond to this, or let's say I got a job, I got to go to work, I get her, or I go to jail. Is this worth me going to? She's not harmed. I can get her out of safety in this point. Yeah, I'm disrespected and I'm pissed. It's three of them, whatever. The outcome is not in me or her favor. So it's like, okay, baby, I don't like this shit, but I got to back down in this situation. Now, it's a different story.
I would love for us to see this scene because she was saying that they went further and further with the situation because he didn't say anything. Like, because this video is like 25 minutes long, but I watched it all.
Yeah, it's a half an hour long video, but you know.
But she did say that since he didn't stand up for her, that they kept going and went further with it. I don't know how far the further is though.
Bro,
so that's what I'm saying. Like, even if you don't do nothing as a man, do you let a man disrespect you like that? Because he will step further. And so when you don't say something, don't that invite a man to disrespect you further?
But we're not talking
about like instead of thinking about protecting that woman, do that not invite a man to come and disrespect you more? No.
What I'm about to say is going to piss off every man in this room and any man that's listening to this podcast. You know y'all motherfuckers is lying. Because if Mike Tyson walked up to your woman, grabbed the ass, catcall, whatever, you ain't gonna do shit.
And I guess I'm getting knocked out by Mike Tyson.
Exactly. And see, this, I'm saying that for the clarity because all of us men know when to hold them and when to fold them. We know our battles. We pick our battles. We know when we can win and when we don't have no.
A man like Mike Tyson wouldn't be doing that. He wouldn't be doing that.
I'm just giving an example of the type of person.
You must say watch that.
Go ahead, John.
All right, so I understand exactly what Carl said. Even me and I used to get into it so much. My baby mama started asking me stupid ass questions like that, and I fuck around and she said, "What would you do if Mike Tyson did this?" Because she done seen me do just about anything. I was like, "Who, Mike Tyson? Bitch, your ass just got grabbed. I mean, your ass just got grabbed. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Just tell that nigga leave you alone and call the police or some shit. Because he ain't breaking my motherfucking jaws. You crazy shit." But the reality of it is, nigga, I got a bad temper, especially when I feel disrespected or some shit. It was two niggas talking to her at a club, right? And I walked in on the tail end. She's sitting at the corner of this seat because she know I'm finna turn up. She want me to know from like what as I'm walking toward her, she's sitting at the edge of the seat with her back to their ass. Like, baby, I ain't got a motherfucking thing to say to these niggas. So I walk up and she was like, my man is right there. And I heard him when he said, man, fuck that nigga. And his homeboy said, man, fuck, what I went to get some. I broke that glass on top of that motherfucking head and rushed his homeboy into that motherfucking bar. And she stomped that nigga who was bleeding out the damn eye. She fucking was hitting that motherfucker with a bottle and was stomping at his ass. And me and this nigga was turning up. I mean, we was tearing up everything in that bitch. Chairs, everything. I got arrested. She got arrested. I mean, it was fun as fuck. I mean, it was so much fun. It was fun as fuck. Oh my God, nigga, we started in front of the judge. That shit wasn't fun. This nigga got a full.
I can see you now. Remember that time, babe? Yeah, remember that time when
we talk about this shit. We was just talking about it like two or 3 days ago on the phone. Talking about that shit. You remember that time we had to go to the judge, and the judge, she real short, and she real short, real pretty, and the judge was looking at her, and she got motherfucking a charge of assault with an instrument charge on her, and he looking at her, looking at me, and dude was like, he just want to drop it. He said, I was drunk, I was being an asshole, and everything that happened I deserved. We was both guilty on both ends, and the judge, he let it go. He dropped it. Since dude was gonna drop it, it was cool. He dropped it too. Everybody dropped it. The prosecutor then he didn't want to intervene and take it over the state because all parties were satisfied.
They got lucky and shit, whatever.
Nah, but the point of the thing is, you really don't know what the fuck you would do until the situation comes. Because I done been with a nigga grabbed her hand and I lost.
I've seen a lot of big tough guys back down because somebody pulled a gun out on them. You understand? I've seen the toughest, craziest guys back down because they thought about their children at that moment. They thought about what they can lose.
Exactly.
You understand? So
cases
this is why I said when I was using the Mike Tyson as an example, there's other factors as well. And people, I'm saying all of this because these are the things that's not going through a woman's mind when you're deciding when you should or when you shouldn't. I'm not going to say they don't care. I'm not saying they don't care. I'm just saying that that's not on the forefront of their mind when it comes down to, nigga, you better protect me. You better defend my honor. Wait a minute, motherfucker. I'm thinking over here. I just had a 2-month-old baby. I just got a $70,000 a year job. The fuck?
What's on my mind? What's on my mind when I see this?
Let Chris go. Let Chris go.
I think how every individual man would deal with the situation would depend on the situation in the man. So like if he's 6'7" and the man that's picking on his girl is 5'2", maybe he would engage. But I think what's important is that as the woman, well, from what I've learned when it comes to femininity coaches and all of that good stuff, is you're supposed to believe that the person that chose you and that you chose is fully competent. So when they make a decision, you're supposed to trust their decision and their ability to protect. And if their decision is to keep walking and put you in the car, you get in the car and you don't complain. So in this situation, what the man did, I can't say because that's for men to discuss. But if she went home and she punished her husband because he didn't protect her the way that
was her boyfriend.
A woman, and it's not even her husband. So, but my thing is, you cannot outman a man. You cannot protect the way that a man can. So stop trying to step on a man's toes when he's doing the job that he was made to do. You weren't made to be a protector. So stop trying to act like you are better equipped to make that decision than the man that you chose to protect you in that situation. So the woman is wrong.
I agree.
Blooming. You're like a unicorn.
I agree.
I swear to God, I love you. God damn. Someone.
Ebony, I told you what I tell you. I told you we had that conversation. We had
it. I want us to look at this real quick because it is pertaining to what exactly it is that we're talking about. A man being thrown in the same exact situation.
If she got into a fight tonight with another girl?
Yeah.
With a girl. So yeah. What do you think?
He'd have my back, or he would honestly, like go like this, and he'd pick me up and probably escort me.
She can take care of herself, but I wouldn't want her to get hurt. That's all. Has that happened before? When we first started dating, we were at a concert and she got into it with a chick, so I picked her up, moved her out.
Yeah.
What would you do if you saw somebody like grab her ass at a bar?
Guy or girl? No.
That'd be cool. I'd be all right with it. Like a young MA, like lesbian. Maybe she could kick my ass. Yeah. I would feel inferior, but I probably wouldn't say anything. If it was to do, what would you do? I would say, yo, that's a little disrespectful, you know? What would you expect him to do?
Kick his ass.
Right on the spot?
Yeah. No?
What would you do if she got into a fight tonight?
Right on the spot.
Yeah, but you do it to the wrong. But you gotta be careful though with that because, like, for example, over here, you do it to the wrong people, right? And they'll just pull out a gun and start firing on you and kill you and the girl at the same time.
They should have asked a black couple that because them white motherfuckers, they sounded kind of freaky talking about, well, if it was a girl, I might want to watch. But if it's a guy, oh yeah, I'll kick his ass. Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck if it's a male or female. Kick their ass. What the fuck wrong with you?
Again, these people are morally bankrupt. Pretty bad.
I just feel like protection for a woman is like respect. It's like respect for a man.
Yep.
So when a man is disrespected, he feels less inclined to want you. And it's the same for a woman. If you're not gonna protect me, I'm less inclined to want you. It might not be today or tomorrow, but know that I don't respect you anymore. That the only respect that you're gonna get from me is what I give you because you've lost my respect. You've lost that.
Of course.
And so I do understand all the things that you men have to consider, and I'm not taking it lightly at all. But what I do say is that do what you want to do, but women don't take that lightly, not being protected.
Hold on.
Hold on, Cage. Doctor.
Yeah. All right, so listen. The woman that I was protecting gave me a child. I don't turn up like that for just any fucking woman. Like a girl, because I'm gonna tell you the downside to this shit. I've been arrested 7 fucking times. 7 times. You understand? And when I was trying to get my life back together, I was sweating how far they was gonna fucking go back and check and do a background check. I almost couldn't get into a master's program. Like I had to find 2 other letter of recommendations and then get one of the motherfuckers expunged before I could get into the master's program. You understand? So like there are consequences to your hot ass temper.
Yeah.
And some of them can be fatal. Because I'm just gonna tell you, when I was growing up, I was GD. I'm still GD, but I'm just not active. But if we would fuck with you if you with your girl, like intentionally fuck with you, and you ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do nothing. And if you do something, you about to get stomped the fuck out because about 15, 20 of us. You ain't finna do shit. And if you pull out your gun, nigga, we all got guns. What you gonna do? You ain't gonna shoot all of us. You finna toe the ass whooping. And most niggas, I would never be involved in it, but I sit there and witness it. Most niggas would just walk off. And guess what? But guess what that girl would do? She wouldn't go with him. And
she'll get one of y'all. She get with one of y'all motherfuckers.
She'll DQ by next week, nigga.
Yeah.
She'll DQ by next week. That's how they went.
Yeah, just like animals. Whoever wins get the woman.
Yeah, like she like a fucking bad boy. She was like, man, ain't going nowhere with that. I was like, nah, for real. The dude would be like, man, where you going? Just because that nigga leaving, we ain't gonna do nothing to you. We just want you. And then
that only happens.
That's that.
Hey, and that's why I'm licensed to carry and I carry my gun on the outside.
Everywhere.
No one respects you if that happens.
But no, you know what? I respect
that. No one respects you.
Hold on,
that's happening to you.
Do you
go ahead, Ali?
That you in danger and she's staying with the GDs or whatever? That's a blessing. Let her go. She's gonna get you in a lot of shit. Because what happens when you kill or you get killed? She's gonna move on to somebody anyway. It's more women. And I'm gonna tell you a quick true story.
Who you with if she don't walk off with that?
I'm just saying, like I had to school a brother to that one time. I was out hanging out with one of my homeboys who come out, 2 guys and a girl sitting on his car, luxury car or whatever. Be like, what the hell? Get the fuck out of my car. Don't be sitting on my damn car. Here it is. So they were like, oh, you know what? We're sorry, bro. You know, sitting on your car. Here come the girl. You don't have to talk to him like that. or whatever. And so I'm like, yo, this shit, he paying these notes. You don't decline on his stuff. But the stuff was squashed between the men, but it's the girl that was hyping this beef back
And
up.
here come the
And I had to explain to her. And like I had to stop her and explain. I'm like, look, no, darling, you need to stop because like I'm getting ready. If them go down, I'm gonna kill all of you. And I'm like, I'm not gonna take these brothers out. I gotta fight these brothers because of your mouth. You're not gonna go on with your life when these brothers either dead or we all in jail, and you think you're gonna move on with somebody else. You suffering with them because you caused it. And I told these brothers, get rid of her. She's gonna get you in a lot of shit that you don't need to be with. This is not the woman you need to be because she's putting you in danger. It's one thing to defend a woman, but don't go throw nobody in danger. And we talk about protection. Look at the president's protection. His whole inner circle team, their whole job is to grab him and run. When some go down, they don't fight. They grab him, they run, let somebody else come back in and fight.
Sorry about that. I mean,
well, we got some Jeopardy going now. Alex, for good. Yeah.
What's up, Ev?
2000.
Go ahead, Chris.
Okay, I think that idea is very odd. So it's not that. So she was protected. She got home safely and alive without a scratch, right? She was protected. The issue is, and I'm noticing this so much with modern women, is not that she wasn't protected. He didn't protect her the way that she wanted her to.
Exactly.
Modern women are trying to control everything. They want everything done the way that they think it should be done. It's not your job. Stay in your lane. Like I didn't understand the 50-year-old thing before. I still don't understand that. But this gets me kind of heated. It bothers me so much.
God bless this woman.
Just
Finally.
stay in your lane. Like the issue is that I honestly think that there are so many women that just think that they don't realize that they're making it seem like men are inferior in the things that they're naturally born to do. And to sit here and say that, oh, I no longer want to be with him because he didn't fight somebody and risk his life for me, a woman that, he didn't even choose to marry most of the time. Like, I just think that's absolutely ridiculous. I think it's so ridiculous. And these women wonder why a lot of them just can't find someone who wants to stay with them because they're so incredibly controlling, power hungry.
Hey, he beat that ass in the end, though. He tore that motherfucker ass up in the end, boy. I mean, dude who didn't fight them dudes, when it came down to it, he fought for her ass. He didn't want her no more neither. He fought for her, beat the brakes off dude's ass, and they just friends after that.
Just left her.
You know what's funny about that? That's somebody's son.
Exactly.
Yep.
Think about it. I'm
crazy.
starting to get very good at. I can now look at a brother and listen to how he talks and how he acts, and I can be like, "You was raised by a single mother, wasn't you?"
You can tell right away.
You said something similar to that before, didn't you, John?
Where's the father figure at?
Yeah. When you got a dude who was raised by a single parent, you either gonna be a single mother, dude, he either gonna be hyper aggressive or he gonna be super feminine.
What if you had a single dad? I grew up with a single dad at one point for a while.
You might be if
More
you
rap.
go with a single dad, it depends on the dad. Like it depends on what he did. Like if he pretty even killed. Go ahead, but you could end up hyper
strict. You're very strict and shit. You're getting asked.
Oh yeah.
You learn structure with a single dad.
I grew up raised by my grandmother by my single grandmother, but I mean, she was determined that I wasn't gonna be no weak, lazy man.
Ali, you got a real strong work ethic, but you got a terrible temper too. You can't hide it. You got a temper. Oh, you got a temper. You just a logical thinker is all. Motherfucking one-on-one, a nigga you'll go on and turn up with him right then and there, and ain't goddamn nothing else gonna be said.
You're a psychic, man. Are you a psychic?
You got a terrible temper.
My whole point is this: like, I mean, if somebody's saying words,
He's called the doctor for a reason.
Once somebody puts hands on somebody, it's over. You know what I mean? I'm taking care of business. That's it.
I agree 100% with Doc or with Ali, because let me tell you something. Structure, discipline, consistency, stability. That's all you eat, shit, and breathe.
Yep.
That's the outcome. So I can relate. As a matter of fact, to put light on it, every time I get upset, I get nervous.
Exactly. I got to. I'm older now. I'm not younger. I don't get.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I get nervous.
I don't get paid.
Yeah, get nervous because you're scared of what you know you can do.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
am I gonna kill this nigga? This nigga gonna make me kill him? That's why I don't even. That's
Yeah.
why I don't wear it.
Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you.
Yeah. Yo, you really sound
Little clip of Ali.
I mean, I was actually in New York, and I guess it's why some people try me. So I'm out in New York. I'm with my wife, everything, kid. We're at the stand. We downtown Manhattan, right? So she's buying something, but as she's buying something, a quarter falls. She drops a quarter on the ground. But this dude walks up from the side, picks the quarter up, throws the quarter. And I'm looking like, you just tried me. What the fuck? But at the same time, I'm thinking, okay, you're in New York. And so I'm breathing hard right now because I'm really like processing in my mind.
So go tell him to pick it up, man. The fuck?
No.
He picked it up too. So I got a knife in my pocket, right? So I'm sitting
Oh,
there,
shit.
So I put my hand in there, and I'm like, we're in New York. So I'm sitting here like, okay, I should kill him. But I'm like, okay, but we're in New York. I'm not from New York. I don't know how New York law is, and I'm breathing. I said, kiss. It's okay. So let it go. It's okay. But at the same time that I'm thinking about this, I'm moving towards him as I'm huffing and puffing, thinking about how I'm going to attack his ass. You can make one move. And so we kind of
one move straight to Rikers, right, Ali?
Hold on, Cage. Stop talking, Cage.
And then he's like, dude, if you come up on me, man, I'm gonna stab the shit out you. Well, motherfucker, I got a knife too. Well, we just gonna stab each other up in this bitch. And he kind of moved off, but it's one of the things where I really had to think, like, and calm my temper down. Like, no, you got stuff to lose. He don't.
And I'll be happy in Rikers.
Go to jail in New York.
Yeah, Rikers.
Listen, Ali has no business in New York. And Ali, for being a New Yorker myself, I'm gonna tell you, this is a place where you learn to nod your head and learn discipline and control, because you cannot fight everybody.
Nope.
You got more to lose, so nod your head. Nod your head.
You gotta be the bigger man. Give up. Sometimes you have to give up your ego.
Hold on, guys.
Certain situations.
We're gonna get our one last word because we are past the 2-hour mark. This has been a fantastic talk. Next week, because we brought this up, we're gonna tackle CRT, critical race theory. So next week, that's definitely gonna be our topic. You guys should definitely tune in for that. But let's close out our panel the usual way that we do, in our usual fashion. We got the doctor.
Hey, you can find me right here on CKQ Podcast every Tuesday. Go on and hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Peace.
I almost for myself. We got Chris.
Hi everyone. Again, my name is Chris. I have a channel called Blooming Ebony, as well as an Instagram, also under the Blooming Ebony. And you can find me here every Tuesday. I'm more active on my Instagram at the moment, but I am working on a blog and a few vlogs for you guys for my channel. So stay on the lookout for that. When my blog becomes active, there will be some free study guides for women to use to start working on the femininity. So if you liked anything that I said in this live, you can learn a lot more about it there. So yeah, have a good night.
We got Ali.
Hey, thanks for having me. Check us out every Wednesday after 5, the podcast on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast from. We're on Google Podcasts, audio and video. And that's the number 5 IBEDA podcast. Thanks for having me. I've thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. Look forward to coming back if you have me. And you all are welcome on our show at any time.
Of course. This was amazing, man. Thank you for coming. We got Danielle.
Hello. So my name is Danielle. You can find me on Instagram at Fly Nurse Mom Wife. And this was a very interesting conversation. It's crazy to me how men will bring up like hypothetical situations of having to protect us. But women literally put their lives on the line for you guys to have your children. Ours is not hypothetical. We actually do that. Oh. Y'all have a good night, though.
We got the best mod, Unique. Unique still there?
Unique.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Okay.
There you go.
I haven't seen y'all the whole time.
Talk to me.
So this was exciting. This was exciting.
No, this is we're closing out the show.
I know.
Well, you better leave them damn edibles alone.
I'm telling you, the edibles and that Alizé did a number on your ass.
I swear.
What kind of brownies are you eating?
We saying our goodbyes and stuff. Unique. Shout your page out and stuff.
We said, oh, hey, what we talking about now, girl?
Y'all keep talking. I want to talk.
All right. Let her go. Go ahead, Unique. The floor is yours.
We did it. Go to 3MLO if you need to. Thank you. Bye.
There it is. We got Carl.
Hey, what's up? Sorry for the bad lighting. I'm in bed relaxing, but listen, call Shaft, call with a K, Shaft like the movie on Instagram. And all I'm gonna tell y'all is try your best to be keepable and not just fuckable, because in the long run, once you get past 50, which one you think is gonna be more beneficial? All right, home attendant, later.
And we got Cage.
And last but not least, Cage. Thank you guys for having me on here. I have nothing really to plug, but I do enjoy talking to you guys. It's my second time on here. It's always good, good refreshing perspective to hear other people's opinions on these issues that we have. I mean, thank you guys for having me on here.
Of course, man. Of course, you're always welcome, man.
Thank you.
If you guys haven't already, hit that like and subscribe to the button to this channel for more content like this. We go live every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Around 10 p.m. during the week, we try to drop regular 30-minute clips, which is just one-on-one conversations, whether it will be with us, with someone from a different channel, but it'll just be our half-hour segments of talks. I'm working on putting together you know what? That'll be just for later. We'll just pop up with that. But other than that, it's been an amazing, fantastic show. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. And yeah, I guess that's good night.
Very professional, very good. Much love, everybody.
Awesome. Take care.
If we're doing everything right, I think we should be vetting our lines, like go to their parents, go to their fathers.
They know they shouldn't have let me start speaking my mind in the booth, start speaking the truth. Might get shot.
I think you're just saying, okay, actions have consequences, and I'm not going to support this person's actions. Like, you don't have to cancel them and say, like, I hate you.
Innocent lives have to die.
I. But the whole thing is men are I also. That man was on the other side doing the exact same thing, and his decision with his eyes was to walk away.
Inside your soul.
Now we could paint the perfect picture without belittling each other, because under God's system,
We are equipped to handle that responsibility, but not every man is fit to handle that responsibility.
I done seen Flip, Michigan,
and it's just being
cities. They pissing in project buildings that got a roof that leaks, resulting in missing ceilings. Hard to sleep. Children going to schools dealing issues deep.
So I think society does make it more difficult for short men, but I don't think that it's impossible that they can find someone.
And expecting you to do your part. It ain't hard to see they trying to keep black in the back, just like Rosa Parks. Cops shooting blacks as if they get a token from God. School rob you with needed resources.
It's the weaker vessel and the more vulnerable.
Absolutely.
vessel.
100%.
You don't look at the man like, oh, poor son, you were violated. No, you like, right.
And nobody.
They shift my stick like some cars. And when you're lonely in your darkest thoughts, come, I know it's hard, but God shines his light on all I play their part. And it's the start.
Put myself in a situation where I can only rely on a man. Like if I'm married and being a stay-at-home mom, I need to have a backup in case anything happens. I can't only rely on him. You know what I'm saying?
flower will grow once you plant the seed inside your soul.
I'm a poet, and the best part of me shows it. Here to speak the message of what is known, but not what it takes to expose it. Listen closer as I take you on a mental path. See divisions, the math, hoping we clash on lower levels, just like in the past. Before we begin to see spared lives, keep in mind the first 3 letters of unity starts with you and I. And maybe then we can all thrive, changing the narratives of our lives, finding belief from inside. We gotta come together, different feathers, and we fly together despite any weather, evolving up forward just like propellers, using negatives to fuel positives. How we change the mark, just like taking the devil's flames just to warm the coldest heart. Mama knew it from the start. DC mode would be a spark to lead the light that works its way out, illuminate through the dark. Funny cause my skin is dark, despite the stereotypes that exemplify brilliance, cause I found that genius within my mind. You see